I just did this twice in a row with two very different clients' channels. One is in the history entertainment space, and the other was in the professional space with a very specific life skill. Both of these channels started with 500 or less subscribers when we did this, and each of them is currently exploding. So let me show you what we did with real recent data, and more importantly, exactly how you can replicate this for yourself. Howdy everyone, Nate here. I want you to watch each of these segments because I'll be explaining some things that break the process if you attempt it incorrectly. First, what is this technique that I'm calling a content wall that is currently right now working extremely well on YouTube? Here's what it looks like. First, after a period of waiting about a month or more of not publishing on your channel, we publish 3 specific kinds of long-form videos all at once, literally at the same time. And if you're doing YouTube Shorts, it's 5 YouTube Shorts at the exact same time. Then after this initial content wall is published, you follow your regular publishing schedule, whatever that may be. Though for long-form videos, I recommend that you publish no less than 1 time a week to follow up this content. 3 times a week if you're primarily doing YouTube Shorts. And there is a potential bonus that can be added onto this that I'm doing with one of these channels right now, and that is publishing daily YouTube Shorts for a period of 2 to 4 weeks after the initial content wall. Now, this looks good so far, right? Now, let's show what it looks like in action, as well as the key points that make or break the types of videos that need to be published for this content wall to work. To maintain the integrity both of the content of the channels, as well as the algorithm's perception of these channels, I will not be revealing what these exact channels are at this point. And if you happen to find these channels, do not subscribe to them, please, unless you naturally would subscribe to them anyway. The value of this content wall process is too great for it to be interrupted by a large influx of non-targeted audience. So for the first channel, this is for professionals looking to acquire a very specific life skill. I'm not going to show the exact titles of the videos, again, to maintain the anonymity of this channel. You can see the wide variety of different viewership across these videos, with some getting very low and some getting higher. However, this is where it gets interesting, because on this video, for example, the reason why it has so many more views than the ones around it was there was some paid promotions, some advertising dollars that went behind spreading this video, which for the record, I rarely, if ever, recommend that you do for channel growth. These other higher viewed videos being because it was shared on someone's blog, or maybe it was sent to an email list. The point I'm getting at here is this channel was not having a lot of success. In fact, there was a very mixed bag of viewership and promotion, just some odd content being published on here, with many of the content pieces being podcasts that didn't even have video associated with them. Which leads us to here. Cue the final podcast-esque type of video being published on this date, and then a pause of a month before we did this. All 3 of these videos were published at the exact same time of day, with this video popping, getting over 3,000 views, and if we look at the analytics, it's showing a very healthy upturn of viewership. In fact, in the last 48 hours, this video is getting more views than the average video got in a month's worth, with the videos on either side also getting a significant amount of viewership from suggested videos. Which, can you guess which video is suggesting this video? Yeah, it's the other video that is popping currently. We're gonna come back to that because that is one of the key components of why this content wall strategy is working so well. I just think it's so cool that this is working so well. Let's go to the other channel. This channel is the history/entertainment channel. It had an interesting mix of content. You can see there's a wide variety of results with these videos, with some of these really low ones being trailers for a longer type of video. And this one with a lot of views on it was a re-edited version of a movie trailer. Again, an interesting mix of various kind of random types of content for this channel. Now fast forward to the content wall. You can see that the previous video published on this channel was January 4th. And then we did a content wall on July 26th, which, if you're doing the math, is over 6 months later. Is that 6 months later? January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, that is over 6 months later. I can do calendars. Now look at this. This video is popping. In fact, if I dive into it, oh, look at this. I love to see this kind of steep view graph. I know I'm not the only one. In fact, every time I see this, I go, yes, we nailed it again. But look at this. With our recent graph in the last 48 hours just being an escalation, which right now, as of recording this, we're averaging about 400 views per hour. Now, regardless of where you are with your channel growth, like I said, both of these channels were under 500 subscribers when we started doing this. This one video is accounting for over 200 subscribers at this point. Now let's go back to the two other videos that were published at literally the exact same time. Both of them are having very interesting results. This one was in a somewhat different format. It got this initial spike of viewership, and then it's kind of flattened off. It's still getting some good views on it. But after looking at this video this morning as of recording this, we determined that the expectations set by the packaging on the video weren't quite being delivered in the content of the video, which is what's leading to this behavior. But again, suggested videos is the second highest current source of traffic on this video. Now, if we look at the other one, we had a spike, a bit of a flat, and now it is accelerating again. The other thing, and I mentioned this in the bonus add-on that we're doing with this channel, is we're currently also adding on to the long-form content wall a short-form content wall. So we published all of these shorts, then we'll be adding on a daily short for a period of time of 2 to 4 weeks. So this content wall technique, how do you know when is the time for you to use it in your content? A is if you've had a channel that's had kind of inconsistent publishing schedule, inconsistent content types, and you're looking to essentially reset your channel. As I showed here, one of these channels was publishing audio-only podcasts for a while, and the other one hadn't published for 6 months straight. The other scenario where you want to do one of these content walls is for starting a new channel. Now, I needed to add a detail for this starting a new channel thing. I have seen this work more effectively if there's already some data on the channel, some sort of viewership, some sort of watch time for the type of content that you're going to do for this content wall. In fact, we tested it with another client of mine where we published some videos on a brand spanking new channel. There was no data, no history on it, and they did all right. Then we took those same videos and published it on another channel that had some previous data on it, and they did exponentially better. The takeaway I want you to have here is, yes, it does work with brand new channels, but it's even more effective with channels that have some history. You know, I gotta say it. If this has been eye-opening or helpful to you thus far, I would love if you would boop the like button on this video so that it can spread to more people. So thank you for doing that. Now let's break down why I think this content wall technique works so effectively. First, as I was referencing earlier, there's what I call a cross-pollination effect occurring. With this channel, we currently have this video that's spiking really big, and then this is a good follow-up video. If we go into the analytics of this video and we look at traffic, fortunately, browse features is still majorly the #1 for this video, and then suggested videos is #2. If we scroll down to suggested videos, I can't show the video titles because, again, we're maintaining the anonymity of this channel, but the #1 source of suggested traffic is the other video from the content wall that is currently spiking. Let me show you the other channel. Here again, we've got this video that's spiking. Now let's look at one of the adjacent ones that were published at the same time. #1 source of traffic in the last 48 hours is suggested videos. And again, I'm gonna blur these out, but proportion of the total traffic on this video, 49.2%. And you guessed it, #1 and #2 here are the other two videos published in this content wall. Next reason why this technique works so well. YouTube likes to have recent data to pull from, recent stuff that's being published, content that's being published on your channel. When you upload a video and you select an end screen and you choose the option that is best for viewer, most of the time the algorithm picks your most recent video. So what this content wall is doing is it's taking this idea of recent content, it's multiplying it by 3 if they're long forms or by 5 if they're YouTube shorts. The algorithm immediately has another recent video that it can then say, hey, this one did well. Do you also like this one? I have some things in the works, and the first people that are going to know about it and other really interesting finds that I have are part of my Radical Creators group. It's totally free, and also when you sign up, you get my free YouTube growth template that thousands of other creators are already using. Now, this video would be incomplete if we didn't talk about the key pivoting factors I have observed from testing this technique. These are the things that make it more likely to succeed or more likely to not work. First, the videos that you publish in the content wall have to be very targeted. Now, what I mean by that is they have to be targeted to be very valuable to a very specific audience. What that looked like for these channels is for the History Entertainment channel, it looked like picking some hot button historical events, categories in history that a lot of people were already aware of, that we saw a lot of success with already with other YouTube audiences. With the Professional Skill Set channel, it looked like identifying key things that these people really struggle with, the types of things that keep them up at night, and we targeted those videos at those specific things using their language. So these videos, whether long form or short form, work best if they're adjacent to already existing videos on the YouTube platform that have already proven success. Now, I know I've talked about this before, but I feel like people are not getting it. There is one tool that I have found that does this remarkably better than everything else. It makes researching these targeted topics exponentially easier. And there's an insane discount on it right now, so you can try this literally as you're watching this video. Give this a go. You go into your dashboard to your tracked channels area and you click create new channel list, and then find the videos that are extremely targeted and valuable to your audience right now that you then plug in to the content wall. You can scroll down and watch this video that's on this same page for a demonstration on exactly how to go about finding these targeted video ideas. Next key factor to make this content wall work for you is the content that you publish with this first wall has to be representative of the content you want to continue publishing on your channel. Well, duh, Nate, you say, that makes sense. It's because I want to keep publishing these kinds of videos. You'd be surprised how many people go, ooh, I'm gonna ultra engineer this one video that will get a ton of attention, then I can do whatever I want. It doesn't work, folks. Stop doing it. It has to be representative of your current and future desired angles that you want your content to be. Next, and this kind of goes without saying, the packaging has to be good on your videos. It has to be appealing, which for the titles is one of the title types I will reference right here. You can watch that video after this. And for thumbnails, I'm gonna recommend it's an unthumbnail. Depending on when you're watching this video, that video is either out already or is about to be out. Now, the fourth and final key factor that we cannot overlook here has to do with video length. You see, what my clients and I are seeing here is especially if we're reviving a somewhat dead or random channel, it's better to err on the side of shorter, punchier videos. In fact, on the professional skills channel, this video, for example, is just over 5 minutes long with a pretty darn good average percentage viewed, especially for restarting a channel. And this is one of the adjacent content wall videos. It's just over 5 minutes long and it currently has a almost 52% average percentage viewed. So here's what I'm gonna recommend. If you're in a position to test out this content wall, give it a go. If it matches your goals and the current state of your channel. Next, join my group. If you haven't already, it's free and I have some really awesome stuff heading your direction. And then, as I referenced earlier on,